Organizational models. The four approaches to international competition depend on the level of pressure for global integration and local responsiveness that the company is facing. Pressures for global integration includes presence of competitors or to reduce cost or existence of universal needs. Pressure for local responsiveness arises from significant differences in taste and preference, traditional practices, distribution channels, and sales practices. Economic and political demands that host country governments impose may also necessitate a degree of local responsiveness. What does global integration and local responsiveness mean? Global integration is a process by which a company combines different activities around the world so that they operate using the same methods. It involves the processes of product standardization and technology development centralization. Local responsiveness, also known as localization, is the willingness of firms to make adjustments to their products, services, and ways of conducting business at the local level, taking into consideration local culture and needs. Let's have a quick review of the organizational models. The international model is most appropriate when there are few pressures for economies of scale or local responsiveness. The multinational model is most appropriate when there are few pressures for global integration but high pressure for local responsiveness. The global model is most appropriate when there are high pressures for global integration but low pressure for local responsiveness. The transnational model is most appropriate when there are high pressures for both global integration and local responsiveness. Let's now see each strategy in detail. The international model is composed of a company's overseas subsidiaries and characterized by greater control by the parent company over the research function, local product, and marketing strategies. Managers use organizations' existing core capabilities to expand into foreign markets. For example, Pfizer, a research-based pharmaceutical company, obviously doesn't need its medicines and products to be tailored for local tastes. So it doesn't compete on cost and its drugs. An advantage of this model is that it facilitates the transfer of skills and know-how from the parent company to subsidiaries around the globe. For example, Toyota and Honda successfully penetrated US markets from their base in Japan, with core competencies in manufacturing relative to local competitors. The multinational model consists of subsidiaries in each country in which a company does business, but each local subsidiary is a self-contained unit with all the functions required for operating in the host market with its own manufacturing, marketing, research, and HR functions. Each subsidiary can customize its products and strategies according to the tastes and preferences of local customers, the competitive conditions, and political, legal, and social structures. This model works where global efficiency is not required, but adapting to local conditions offers advantages. Example, multinational firm Heineken, a Netherlands-based brewing company, has three major global brands: Heineken, Amstel, and Murphy's Stout, but it also offers regional and local brands. The localized portfolio includes brands such as Primus and Star in Africa, Vitamort and Piton in Caribbean, and Tiger in Asia. In the transnational model, functions are centralized, but a great deal of decision-making takes place at the local level. It enables managers to think globally but act locally. To achieve cost economies, companies may base global-scale production plants for labor-intensive products in low-wage countries such as Mexico, Poland, and China, and locate production plants that require a skilled workforce in high-skilled countries such as Germany and Japan. companies are able to find locations where workforce includes the optimal balance of needed skills and relative low costs. For example, although the wages have begun rising in India, the level of technical skills of its workforce has made that country an attractive place to locate many kinds of knowledge-based operations, such as loan approval, legal research, and biotech research and development. For example, Caterpillar, which manufactures construction and mining equipment, is a transnational company. The need to compete with low-cost competitors such as Komatsu has forced Caterpillar to look for greater cost economics by centralizing global production at locations where the mix of costs and skills is most favorable. The global model is designed to enable a company to market a standardized product in a global marketplace. It is adopted by companies that view the world as one market and assume that no tangible differences exist among countries with regard to consumer tastes and preferences. To manufacture that product in a limited number of locations where the mix of costs and skills is most favorable, it tends to construct global-scale manufacturing facilities in a few selected locations so companies can realize scale of economies. For example, Sony was able to push down its unit costs as it became the low-cost player in the global television market. This enabled Sony to take market share away from Philips, RCA, and Zenith.